How's it going, boys? Johnny Superbian here, and it's time for another race in the Superbian Grand Prix, the Rockford Plaza Circuit. This race is a lot of fun, and it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some straightaways, and it's got some tight turns. 5 turns to be exact. So you got 5 turns, and you have 3 straightaways. Now, turn number 1, which is really 2 turns, but we'll just call it turn number 1. Turn number 1 is after the starting line. It's a hard right-hand turn right here, and you want to try and take it on the inside, especially if you're at the front of the pack. Just because you want to try and swing around that corner before anyone can run into you, right? Now, if you're on the second lap, you want to slow down very early because you can see some of those cars, they just go into that turn flying. Watch right here. You can see, you know, it's not lap number 1 anymore. We're on lap number 3, and look at all these cars just go flying into each other, right? That's what I mean by you want to take that corner as tight as you can so you don't have people running into the back of you. Now, after turn number 1 comes the longest straightaway of the race, and it leads to turn number 2. This is the perfect opportunity to move up the pack, to pass people. Get behind a car, start drafting, and move up the field, alright? But here comes the turn right here. It's a 90-degree right-hand turn. You want to slow down way before the turn, especially if you're drafting. Now, if you're in first place, you can slow down a little bit later. Right there, I hit the brakes, right after the decline already started, and take the turn as tight as possible. Now, after turn number 2 comes a mini straightaway that leads to turn number 3 and turn number 4. Now, you don't want to try and pass people on this turn, and you want to take it on the outside. Use the road as your route. Don't go on the sidewalk for these turns because there are obstacles, especially on the inside. Watch right here. I try to take the turn a little bit too tight. I hit that obstacle, and now I've given up first place, and I might have just ended the race for myself, right? So number 3 and number 4, just take it nicely. And turn number 5 is the last turn before the final straightaway. So if you're on the last lap, don't worry about creating contact on this one. Don't deliberately take yourself out, but if you got to try and pass some people before the finish line, you got to do it. Now, if you are, in the back of the pack, try to take the turn on the inside because you see those obstacles on the right. You don't want to hit those because the straightaway you can use to pass people. And if you're in first place and you have a big enough gap between yourself and second place, just take the turn nice and easy. The straightaway is not long enough for someone in second place to catch back up. So don't crash, you know what I mean? Stay in control and finish that race. If anyone wants to know, it's right there on the GTA map, the Rockford Plaza Circuit. It's right by the Rockford Plaza. All right, so if anyone wants to play one of these races with us, follow us on Twitter and wait for that GTA retweet.